Well, when I was told that I have 10 minutes to summarize my topic, which is business positioning, repositioning in order to remain competitive, I decided to consult one of my most favorite old books. It's small, but it's full of wisdom that lasts a lifetime. This is a book by Spencer Johnson. It's a book that I'm sure most of you have read, and it is called Who Moved My Cheese? How many of you have read that? Oh, if you've not read this book, please note it. Who Moved My Cheese? It's got wisdom to last you a lifetime. It's been selling for the last 10 decades as a top best-selling author, and it's very charming, and it uses a fable to actually describe and teach us on how to manage change, which is in alignment with what we are talking about today. Who moved my cheese? Cheese is a metaphor in life. It's about everything we desire, be it in a relationship, be it at work, be it money, or like in today's context, success in organizations. We spend a lot of our time in the maze looking for this one cheese that we desire. Our task is to learn to change. Meaning is to learn to move with the cheese. Let me briefly take you through the little story. It's about two little mice called Sniff and Scurry, and two little people, him and her. Every morning, these two sets of friends would put on their jogging shoes and run through the maze in search of cheese. One day, they found this cheese, a pile of cheese at cheese station A. And as you can imagine, the little people were ecstatic, more than happy, over the moon that they had found this cheese. And the cheese was so much in their eyes, they felt that this supply was surely endless. They had arrived. They got very comfortable. However, the little mice, though they were happy, they kept their eye on the changing trends in the maze. They kept an eye on the changing quality and quantity of the cheese day by day. It was diminishing. One day, as expected, the cheese was, voila, gone. The little people did not see this coming. In shock, in horror, they were paralyzed that the cheese was finished. In hopelessness, they sat there not knowing what to do and hoping that one day the cheese will come back. However, the little mice who had been monitoring the changes, immediately the cheese was gone. They put on their jogging shoes and off they went into the maze once more in search of new cheese. Expectedly, they found a whole large mountain, larger than the one before, of fresh new cheese. The question is, which character are you in this story? I'm a storyteller. You heard that I climbed the Kilimanjaro. What Derek doesn't know is that I actually climbed the Kilimanjaro twice in 1 year. I picked up powerful stories from the mountain that I have applied in positioning and repositioning my business in order to remain competitive. I would like to share those stories with you today. It is 4 days and 3 nights on this one mountain, the Kilimanjaro. Every weather pattern found across the continent of Africa is found on the Kilimanjaro. And you will experience it in these 4 days and 3 nights. And the challenge is to survive all the adversity that the mountain shall throw to you. Day 1 looks something like this. It's a tropical rainforest, day 1. It's green, lush green, beautiful flowers, birds singing, rivers, streams, waterfalls. I mean, it's just beautiful. It smells wet and it's constantly raining. Your best survival kit during that first day is something called a poncho, which generally is known as a raincoat. Day 2, you move immediately and drastically into the desert. Extreme heat, dust bows, frozen ice rains on you, literally bruising your skin. Dehydration is a reality in day 2, and hallucinations start in day 2. Water, a hat, a windbreaker, these are your survival tools on day 2. Day 3, you move into thick volcanic ash. You have boulders the size of little mountains that you have to get on all 4 in order to climb over them. That's day 3. Day 4, you move into snow. If you didn't know snow burns, it actually burns. Your ears freeze, your hands freeze, your toes freeze, your nose freezes, everything is numb, but you're so close to the peak. At this level, what you need is more of specialized gear, waterproof boots, waterproof gloves, thermal underwear. Yes, thermal underwear. Of course, I don't want to leave you hanging like that. You do peak. And when you peak, it's an experience out of this world. You celebrate with tears of joy. But let me tell you about the lessons. I learned that the poncho that served me well on day 1 could not carry me through day 2, day 3, and day 4 on that mountain. At every level, I needed a different set of gear. And the higher I went, the thicker the layers came, and the more specialized they got. Without that, I could never have survived to the peak of Uhuru. Simply said, failure to change according to the weather patterns, failure to adapt to the constantly unpredictable and hostile terrain on Mount Kilimanjaro is actually a matter of life and death. Entrepreneurship is indeed one of the hardest things anybody will embark on. I can testify to that. And yes, most entrepreneurs do fail in the first 3 to 5 years. And it's because, like the little people on Who Moved My Cheese, we entrepreneurs get very comfortable very quickly. And we forget to look at the changes happening around our environment. And because we forget to take a note of these changes, we also are unable to reposition ourselves strategically, swiftly, in order to remain competitive. Remember the lesson from the mountain? If you don't change, you will extinct. Remember the lessons from Who Moved My Cheese? If we don't note the small changes that are happening now, we will not be able to handle the big changes that are coming. Let me introduce to you one of my favorite words that I've gotten to love, embrace, and actually respect. It's called the word pivoting. In my younger days, I actually played basketball. And my favorite player then was Michael Jordan. So I want you to imagine Michael Jordan on the court with his right foot firmly on the ground, pivoted, and his left leg swinging forth and backwards, meaning he can actually dribble that ball in any direction he wants to. That's my definition of pivoting. But let me give you a more, the best definition I actually ever heard was by Steve Rogers, and it goes like this. Pivoting is maintaining your original strategy while changing courses in your tactics. Let me repeat that. Pivoting is maintaining your original strategy while changing courses in your tactics. It means your willingness on your part as the business owner to do something different than what you had initially intended to do, which is really pretty scary stuff. But then again, successful entrepreneurs are those who have developed the ability to keep pivoting as and when necessary throughout the life cycle of their business. And research does show that 93% of successful entrepreneurs have actually pivoted at least once in the life cycle of the business. We must be willing to do something different. We must be willing to change. Most importantly, as entrepreneurs and when we start businesses, there is that ownership. It is mine, it is my dream, I started it. But we must have the courage to let go of that no longer serves us. Be it an idea, be it a product or a service, be it a relationship or a partnership. If it no longer serves you, have the courage to pivot so that you may remain competitive. And remember, the quicker you let go of the old cheese, the sooner you will get to the new cheese. I want to give you examples of successful companies that have pivoted, and some of them severally. Shopwell pivoted to what you now know as Shopwell. Audio pivoted to what you now know as Twitter. YouTube was an adult dating site. FaceMash pivoted to Facebook. Started in college, became a website, got a platform, and now it's one of our biggest marketing platforms. But my favorite and the man who has inspired me over the years to embrace change is a man called Mr. William Wrigley. This gentleman used to hawk soap and baking soda. And to his good customers, he would give chewing gum as a thank you, a token of thank you. And he noticed that his customers were more excited about the chewing gum than his soap or baking soda. Mr. Wrigley made the largest major pivot. And today, you know Wrigley as the largest manufacturer of gum in the world. As I conclude, in my lifetime, I have had the privilege of living to tell a tale of my first-hand experience at having to pivot in my own company, Branding Beyond Borders. We started off on a motivational platform, and that didn't work. We split up into two companies, Branding Beyond Borders and Power Woman International. Let me start with Power Woman International because it's at the core of who I am, and it is our why. Power Woman International, in brief, is we build houses for ostracized widows in the country and for the forgotten widows in the country. We believe that no woman should lose her dignity nor rights because she's lost her husband. Branding Beyond Borders We are about connecting great minds globally. We are a network of speakers, mentors, coaches, trainers. And we invite you to join us on this global platform as we host Meredith Elliott Powell, an American author and business coach who will be here in October. And she's going to be speaking on Predict the Future of Business by Creating It. Visit us at our booth for more details. I will end with Albert Einstein's encouraging quote, one of my favorites. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never done anything new. Pivoting. Position, reposition as many times as necessary in order for you to remain competitive. With that, I thank you, God bless you, and I wish you a most competitive day.